All right, everyone, let's start our digital snowman art. We're using Google Drawings, so make sure you find your student copy that I've assigned to you in Google Classroom. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a background that's blue. So we're going to go to the menu up here and we're going to go to the shape tools. You can see line tools, and then next to line tools is shape tools. So click shape, go to the first box here, and then go and scroll over to square. Okay, so we're going to start in the top left corner of our picture. Your whole picture is this whole grid area, the checker box, and then drag all the way down with your mouse pad all the way to the bottom. Okay, so you've just made a blue background. If you want to change the color a little bit to a different blue, go to fill color. I changed it to this blue. I like that blue a little bit more. Okay, we've got our blue background. Let's make that snowy hill there. So let's go to the line tools. The line tool is right next to the shape tools. And you're going to click the little drop down arrow and go all the way to curved line, because we're going to make a curved snowy hill. Okay, I am going to start at the left hand side, and towards the bottom of my paper I'm going to click and I'm going to drag my line a little bit and then click again. Drag my line a little bit and then click again. And I'm going to keep dragging and clicking, dragging and clicking, dragging and clicking. And I'm making kind of like a curvy snow hill. I'm going to go all the way to the side here. And then once I get to the side, I'm going to go down, straight over, and then back up to that original point. Okay. So I've made this snowy mound, and you can see that it turned a color, a light blue color, but I want to change that to white. So I'm going to go up here to the paint bucket, fill color, turn it white. I'm going to make the line color white as well. All right, so now I'm actually going to go to my select tool. That's the little arrow next to the line tool. And I'm going to click on this snowy mound. And you can double click on this and see how it brought up a little, a bunch of little purple points. You can actually change the snow mound a little bit if you want to make it like a different shape. Like if it came out kind of weird, you can change the shape of it. Okay, next, let's make our snowman. We need to go to the shape tools again, go to the first box and find a circle. That's right under the square here. Okay, on top of your snowman, wherever you want, you are going to drag a big circle for the bottom of the snowman. Notice how it turned light blue. We don't want that. We want it to be white. So go to the fill color paint bucket, click white. And for the border color, the outline, we're also going to click white. So now this is a totally white circle. Now we're going to do something kind of fancy. See how my snowman has a little shadow, a little light blue shadow there? Let's put a shadow on this. Click on your circle again. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to Format Options. That's all the way to the right-hand side here. After that, you're going to go to the box where it says Drop Shadow. Click Drop Shadow. Okay, that's a pretty nice shadow, but let's click the arrow here so we can change it a little bit. What I'm going to do is turn the shadow from black to actually like a light blue color, similar to the sky. And I'm going to make that shadow distance a little bit bigger by moving this menu right here, this little square, move it to the right. And you can even change the angle. You can make your shadow go left, or you can make it go all the way to the right. I'm going to make it go all the way to the right. And you can change the transparency a little bit. This makes the shadow more transparent and see-through or less see-through. So I would say stick to somewhere right in the middle there. All right, click the X button. We're good there. Nice. Now we could make two more circles the same way, but here's an easier way. Click on your circle and then go Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. Boom, now you have two. You could make this one a little bit smaller by using the little boxes on the side and dragging. And then we'll make the head. Let's do it again. Click on that circle, go Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. Perfect, now we have three awesome circles for our snowman body and head, and they all have that neat shadow. It makes it look more realistic. Makes it look like a real snowman form, like a sphere. Okay, let's add some details. Now I added a tree, some snowflakes, and then a hat and a scarf and a face for my snowman. You can add whatever details you like. You can follow with me or you can add your own. So here's how I added the tree. I went to the line tools again, but this time I clicked Polyline. So Polyline will help me make something that's a little bit more jagged and not super curved. So I have to use Polyline the same way as the curved line tool. I have to click and drag, click and drag, click and drag. And what I'm doing right now is I'm making like the tree trunk. And I'm making some branches come off of the tree trunk like this. And I'm going to keep clicking and dragging, clicking and dragging, clicking and dragging. And then when I get to the bottom here, I'm going to go back to the beginning point. And then there's my tree trunk. I turned this brown and the line brown. And then I did the same thing here. I clicked Polyline again. And I can make more branches by going clicking and dragging, and then go back to the beginning. Turn this brown, turn the line brown, okay? I can even copy and paste this branch. Look, I can go edit, copy, edit, paste, and now I have another branch. And here's something else you can do. You can actually take this branch and flip it. Go to Format Options again, go to Size and Position and click Flip. Ooh, now I've got a really nice branch that comes out on the other side. I didn't have to redraw it. Awesome. So I added a few more branches. You can keep adding more if you want. But let me show you how I added the details of the snowman. Okay, for the hat, I just went to the shape tools and I actually found like a half circle shape. I think I used this one right here. And I dragged that on the snowman head, but look at how it's not the right position. I went to the little circle on top of the shape, and this is the rotate button. I just twisted my shape around. And then I kind of just changed my shape a little bit. I made it a little bit not as tall. And I moved it down on his head a little bit. You can make it wider. Then I went to my fill color. I turned this red. Again, you don't have to copy all of my details. You can do your own. What else did I do? I added a little poof ball on the top for the hat. And of course, I made this white. And the line white. The scarf, let's see, for the scarf I used the curve line and I clicked and drag around the snowman's neck. Kind of looks like the scarf is blowing in the wind. And I just repeated that all the way back to the beginning point. Boom. Turned that red. And then for the details of the snowman, I just used shapes. So for the eyes and the mouth, I used circles. And I actually did a lot of copying and pasting for these because I wanted them to be the same size. So I went edit, copy, edit, paste, and I have another eyeball there. And this might be a little bit tricky to do since the shapes are so small, but here's what you can do. You can click the zoom button and click zoom in to help you see the details a little bit better. Also on your keyboard, if you click CTRL, which is Command plus C, and then Command V, look, I can copy that quicker instead of going to edit, copy, edit, paste. So that was a kind of like a shortcut on my keyboard. Command C, Command V, or CTRL on the Chromebooks. All right, I went to triangle for the nose, and I made this really tall and skinny, and I twisted it around. And of course I made it orange because snowmen have carrot noses. What else? I copied these 3 more times for his buttons. And you don't have to make these the same color. You can change the color if you want. Okay, what else did I do? Oh, of course I made those little snowflakes. In the shape tools, if you go to shapes, I think, or maybe it's not shapes, let's see, down here, where did I find that snowflake? Oh, I found it in this call outs. So here's a little kind of snowflake looking shape. And I just kind of dragged and clicked there and made those white. And I just copied this a bunch of times. You can change the size and make them really small. Can make them bigger. and spread them out around your picture. Now, I didn't add any more details after this, but you can definitely add more details. Think about what else you could add. Could you add a little house? Could you add maybe another Christmas tree? Could you add, I don't know, think of something else you can add to your picture. Could you add a snowman friend? Definitely, there's tons of things you can do to add. And oops, I just made a mistake. I moved my background. Uh-oh. Here's what I can do. I can go to the undo button right here. There we go. Okay, friends, I can't wait to see your snowman pictures, and I hope you learned a little bit more about how to use Google Drawings. And make sure you turn in your Google Drawing file when you finish. All right, have a great winter break.